Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. I'd like to do like a really quick check concerning us DFs. Something that will help us anything. Do you see this? This card here flipped soulmates. Why? I need one last card. Reconciliation. People, you know, like, and this card here flipped in my hand. There are a couple of things that I'm channeling. I'd like to share this energy. Please, like, just take what resonates with you. I can tell you for like enough of you, that's what I can feel here. Is like, you know, you even wonder like, why were you put in such a situation, you know, with your DM. And I can tell you the only thing you should be focused on is this possibility at like a reconciliation. And I can tell you for most of you, the reason why you're rejecting your DM, people, just like dig deep in your soul, you'll figure out that it's just like a matter of jealousy, you know. Which is really weird because I wanted to do like this channeled very short video, but I may have a chance to say what I have to say here. In a sense, you know, it's like finding it hard to forgive. Like, what I really find hard to forgive is the whole karmic energy altogether. Is like, why did you feel, you see this question, like, why did you feel the need to go and look elsewhere, you know, because like we all different, but for some of us it's like, that's like what makes everything like unforgivable, you know, and unforgettable actually, like, you know, I can't go past those things. I can tell you it can all be reduced to that. One of the reasons why, you know, you wouldn't want your DM anymore, or like withdrawing from him. He may have done a lot of things, but I can tell you it was never about money or something he said. It was, but the most like heavy stuff about this whole thing is that he made you feel jealous of karmics, you know. Some more. Insight is like, I know what I'm talking about. Sure I do, you know. I'm on the same journey as you. So love. Let go. And one more. Awakening. You know, this like soulmate and soul love type of energy. You know, it makes me feel like, you know, you are wondering, despite the fact that this can all be reduced, you know, to like a very intense sense of jealousy. You're wondering like, you know, why did this thing have to happen to me a little bit? Because this type of love here, or like connection here, is not something that you have a say so over, like a choice over, you know. And inside, I truly think that this is coming from me, like you should hear it from me. It's true, it's not like you got a choice, you know. And let go, I can tell you, I can feel the energy of enough DFs, you know, just letting go of their DMs. Either like in totality, or just like putting them aside for a second. And for those who resonate with this, you're here because you accept the journey. You know, you're awakening to your true journey, meaning with or without your DM, you're going to write this thing out, you know. I can tell you something that I can tell you something that I've been like channeling also lately. You know, like a lot of you, you're not like calling this guy your DM for no reason. You know, you built something with this guy at a point in time. For like some of you, you were like family to each other. You know, this Ten of Cups, it keeps coming back. Like, you know, if that's not the energy that you're in for the moment, that's the energy that you were once in, you know, and I can feel that around my readings. One more. I can tell you like a couple of things that I'm channeling here. Is like two things actually, and this is like literally crazy, but I'm going to go for what I'm feeling, you know. It's like either a family member or somebody that was actually included in this Ten of Cups is actually like talking to your DM about like how he can better this relationship or be like a better man to you. This here, it feels like somebody, sorry, intervening, you know. And this, if that here makes sense to you, you would know this person, like the two of you. Or it's the other way around, meaning your person is actually like, you know, getting in tune with his feelings, and I can see that he's talking about it to somebody that's like close to him. And not just that, this is like family or very close friend or something like this. And I can tell you there's an element of this whole thing like being mind-blowing to the person who is receiving it. So whether it's like family or somebody really close talking to your DM, or your DM talking, you know, with like somebody close. And there's like a third thing that I'm channeling, is like somebody having a conversation with their DM, you know. So I can tell you, if you once had like a true family with your DM, and this guy like tries to come close to you to talk, you know, it's like I can tell you, just put the fury to the side. Because for this like particular group, therefore like this third what you call it, like channeling, I can tell you he'll be coming to talk about those things. You may be like on edge or something like that because of your last like conversation, but I can see a definite change here. And I can tell you something, I can see somebody fighting for his family. Excuse me, there's a strong element of like family in what I'm channeling here. You know, it's like, I don't know how to explain this, a little bit like getting help from the universe, you know, one way or the other. Some more here. Do you see this, people? It's like this here I can channel as like help from, I don't know who, you know, but somebody who really cares about you people. And this couple is here, and here you are, and here I actually am, you know. I can tell you something, you may not like be showing that to each other, but you guys are feeling the same about each other. You're feeling this love here that's like a little too close to this like couple here. I can see this communication also coming your way, DFs. And an offer behind that, and with this, within this offer, I can see help from above, two people. This here, some more, but you heard it, you know what I said. This here is like the strongest part, you know, because I can feel that, like definitely help from above, and you like being in tune when it comes to your feelings, you know, with your person. You're feeling the same way. There's this element of like love, you know. This here is the same idea of like why, or you know, somebody having a problem getting over things, you know. Because I can tell you, like for some of you right now, you're focused about the whole madness as to, you know, how many times did this person like push the game on you and actually hurt you. You know, it was not once, it was not twice. I can tell you it was many times over. Like, you know, you as a DF, you know, thinking that this guy here was your soulmate, you know, you gave him enough chance because it was like, you know, he's worth like taking a risk or chance or forgiving, you know. because you know you felt something special about him. I can see it here, and this is your reading. Like for some of you coming to the full realization of this kind of thing here, like of what he has truly done. Is like, you know, sometimes you get like blinders on. I can tell you it's no longer the case here. You see this thing exactly for what it was, you know, which is, I'm telling you, like awakening to this type of thing and letting go of like the illusion behind this thing. Please believe me, I know is how you get closer to your soul love, you know. You gotta see this thing for what it really is, meaning like accepting the thing, not like, you know, accepting to accept, but accept at least for yourself the reality of what has been going on, you know, between you guys. And I can tell you for most of you it was all like a painful experience, and this here is a little bit like, you know, he was the type of guy who likes to inflict pain on people for no reason, like a little bit like he enjoyed this thing because he kept doing it, you know. I can tell you something throughout this like trying times here. I can see it, you know, is somebody like re-emerging themselves in like a sense of success or building for themselves, or you know, like definitely some kind of a new hustle or something like this. And I'm telling you, you know, when you come out of this hurt that I can feel like over and over again, like your power will be to reinvest or to re-inject this type of energy here on like a chance at success for you people. You see that, like my phone ringing? I'm sorry, I had to check on this phone call, you know, but you heard what I said. And here again, like confirmation to me. It's like, yeah, your strength, or where you can really like transcend, is to definitely like stop worrying about this whole like soulmate thing, and just build something for yourself, you know. That's where your power lies, people. And I can tell you this is like just one facet of your power. You got many powers, but one, if you're willing to welcome it in your lives, you know, as DFs, that the struggle, you know, was so real that, you know, you got everything within you to bank off of this thing if you decided to. And this like king of cups keeps coming, you know. And you can see this thing for yourself while you're rebuilding yourself. I can tell you, because these feelings that I can see here being shared, you know, are ignited within him. This guy here, he's like at the end. This here is a little bit like being 6 feet under, you know, because it's like Ace of Wands. To me, it brings intensity to things. And I can tell you something, why I'm liking this energy is that within these feelings that he has, he will hit like rock bottom. So you know what's after the 10, you go back to the ace, you know, like movement I can see here. I need one more card from this. And quick movement, one more. This here I can see movement, people. And I'm not surprised when I see these two aces and myself here. Like, you know who you are, you know, like you can see a path here because you're that type of Queen of Cups, you know. And this guy here, I can tell you this reconciliation for some of you is going to come so fast, you know. It's like a little bit, and I keep saying that lately because I can see it in my cards. It's like the process has already begun, you know. So I can tell you, open up your eyes, people. Even within your madness, you know, just know, and that's the second time around I channeled this. If your DM contacts you again, this guy is coming for love, you know, and I don't care how crazy your situation is. And I'll tell you why. It's because he's like trapped within his own feelings, you know. There's like no other way but you, people. he tried. I keep telling you as well. And I can see here, I can tell you, I can see like rapid movement, you know. One last card, because this here got me curious, you know. Oh, people, you know, the thing about him, like what he's experiencing for the moment, which is why I can see like this inevitable like movement or like extreme pain. I told you I was thinking or feeling, you know, he was actually feeling. I can tell you something, it has to do with his ascension. You see the 3 to the 1 I mean to the Ace of Wands, you know, it's like 4 of Wands. That's like your own union, you know. It's like this here is a testimony to your divinity. So I can tell you this guy here, which is why he appears twice, he's getting like a little bit of qualities of a Queen of Cups, meaning he's tuned into his intuition. And I'm telling you, like, I know I'm speaking so much today, people. Every time I'm trying to do this like video short, it's like spirit always tells me like otherwise, you know. Is like in 3D, he's always been very intuitive. Just check him out and you'll figure that out, whether in his profession or like in his hustle. No matter what he's doing, pay attention to him, you will see that about him, like knowing either who to pray on. Or it's funny because DMs decide to put that, I believe, you know, in the wrong place, you know. But I can tell you this type of intuition here, it comes from 5D, and I can feel him because he's him being in tune with his divinity and not being like given a choice, you know. You can see the energy that he puts him in is like pure regret over this thing, people. And you may have heard it from like most, but I can tell you it's the truth. I can see it here, you know. And I know my cards. This here is very strong, people. And again, this Ace of Wands and this actual Ace of Swords, it brings intensity to things, you know. It's because he's getting closer to divinity. This guy is like in a really dark place, and I'll tell you that much, you know. And for why, I can tell you it's like the realization of all these times that he has hurt you in vain, you know. And there was an element of madness to the pain that he has inflicted you. Let's go on. I can tell you something, and this is weird, but I am just like channeling this thing. Is like for some of you, this whole idea of like being married or like being official or something like that is something that you have let go of altogether. And I can tell you this is something that's going to happen to you when you really are on the true, you know, soul journey or like twin flame journey. A lot of your illusions are going to come down, but you'll learn how to live with them. And I can tell you for some of you, it's that idea of like a wedding or a ring, you know, making more sense than the actual like soul love, you know. For some of you, it's a little bit like, you know, you've been wanting to get married, but now you don't even like care for this type of concept here anymore. And this is something that you may be able to tell yourself today for some of you guys, but I can tell you it came at a price, you know. That was like a process, people, to be able to accept this kind of things here. And even today you're accepting this here despite yourself. But like marriage, or like, you know, the whole wedding thing and stuff is something you no longer care for some of you. That's what I can see here. This is very specific, so, you know, please take what resonates. Some more for like another group. This here I gotta flip, and then it makes so much sense to me, you know. I can tell you something, people, and this here I've been seeing for quite some time. But for some, or like for most, the decision has actually been made, and for some of you, you're still questioning it. Well, if you are, let me give you the update. You know, DF, sorry, you've become the runner in this thing here. So if you see yourself, you know, not being able to communicate with him, like your anger, it has turned into something else for some of you, you know, if you allow yourself to express it. At first it was like pure jealousy, or like this type of feelings here of anger there, but now it's different, you know. It's like the jealousy is just like a support, but inside the energy is that you're running away from this guy here, because you do, for some of you, you don't believe in this thing here anymore. It's like you even wonder, like, what could this guy could possibly like bring into my life, you know. That's what I can see. Some more. So I can tell you the Queen of Wands is in her energy, and it didn't come at like, it was, this thing here was not for free. You are in tune, you know, in tune, sorry, with your intuition and with your divinity, but I can tell you that there was like a struggle to you. This kind of like soul love experience, it was definitely like a tough one on you. And I can tell you, for some of you, either you've made the decision or you're still trying to figure this thing out. You are the runner now. And I can tell you why. It's because, you know, this whole thing, like, even if you wanted to, you couldn't stay in that place, you know, too long. Meaning like waiting for your DM and him like never showing. It will eventually change you. And for most of us, it has happened, people. You see that, like walking away from this thing. And I can tell you, DFs, this is like a divine advice here. It's like, you know, despite the way that you are feeling, and I'm telling you, your DM is feeling quite the same way, you know. But despite this like feeling, on your way, like away from your person, just hold on to the fact that there is a blessing there for you. And I can tell you, it comes in many forms and like shapes, you know. This here, the thing that you gotta hold on to, it may be for most of us, you know, if you're here listening to me as to, you know, a twin flame reading, then for most of us it's like your DM returning into your life. But you cannot like send the energy out there like that, because it's like a trap, you know, to us DFs. For others, it may be like meeting somebody else, or realizing that your person was like a false twin or something like this. But this here is like walk away from whatever situation is not suitable to you, but on your way, just hold on to the fact that there is a blessing there for you. And when I was saying that, you know, about like not feeling like this blessing is my twin flame, like, or my DM directly, is because if you feel that way, you will never really be able to walk away from him. So eliminate him altogether, just like focus on the blessing that you deserve. But don't allow certain things that our DMs, you know, do to us. Walk away from them. Some more. This here I keep getting to. And I'll tell you. One card flipped. This here I have to flip it all the way, and I can tell you something. And this here is a cause for like wanting to walk away, or like not feeling right about this whole thing. I can tell you is that, you know, this here is like what I call a line or a limit, you know. And I can tell you enough of you have crossed this thing here. And I can tell you, you know, you've stuck with your DM. You had like patience with him despite the fact that you knew that there were many other women, you know, in his life. For some of you, it's like, you know, looking back, you regret this type of attitudes here. Is like, how was I able to give so much from him, you know, to be like so soft or like so patient with him when I knew that there was all this like things or people. And definitely women are like a main woman. I can see it here, the way she's looking at me, this Empress today. For some of you, there were like karmics, or like many people, many women, and there was like a main karmic. And with the Sun card underneath, I know what I'm telling you is the truth. It's like a little bit, this here is going overboard, you know, in the wrong situation. Definitely too much patience, to give in too much of you. I can tell you, for some of you, you regret wasting this type of time here. Some more. I can tell you, this is like so clear, people. I'm going to take one more card and we'll finish this reading. So you heard everything I said. This is like DF's energies for the moment. I can tell you, you've closed the definite cycle, you know, and I can tell you, if things are not moving forward for you at this point on, it's just because, you know, your mind is playing tricks on you. You're literally free because you've closed the cycle, but it's a little bit like somebody who has like hibernated too much and they're scared to come out type of energy. It's like, you know, I've been feeling bad for so long, but that I don't even know how to feel right anymore, you know. And I can tell you, if you feel that way, is something that you're going to have to deal with, is the fact that your love was definitely unconditional to some of you. You know, it's like a little bit like you've hurt your ego doing these things that I can feel here. You gave too much of yourself, you know, and I can tell you, all you have to do is to take the time before you forgive anybody else, to forgive yourself for making the wrong choices with your DM, and move on. Be your best friend, your like first admirer, first friend, first like lover. Be like I don't know how to say this to you, but you know, take care of yourself if nobody else will do. Forgive yourself if like you need to, because it's a little bit like somebody being freed but you don't know how to move anymore. You know, the shackles are in your mind, I can tell you that. So let's strength. That was going to be my last card, this one here, and this like 8 of Pentacles. I'll take one more. I can tell you, for most of you, this cycle has already closed, you know. And the thing that I'm feeling, literally, people, you've been in the dark for so long that it's a little bit like hard for you to look into the daylight, you know. But this here is spirit like telling me, you know, or us, you know, you got the strength to work this thing out, or to do everything that you were supposed to. And when I see this like 10 of Swords here, is a little bit like spirit telling us like, now it's the time, you know, this cycle has closed. And hopefully you can see it, you know, there's something beside like you just walking away from this thing. It's like you also entering a new cycle and walking away, but you being able to still like move forward, basically. Some of you are free to move forward, but they cannot, you know, and I don't know why. So let's go on. Financial and material changes. I'm telling you, I can see the cycle like closing. Hope, which is the same idea. I was waiting for this card here, like the star to my 10 of Swords here. It's like, you know, it is time. It is time for those things, you know. You got the strength to make this thing like work. Sorry, I was looking for the 10 of Swords, but at the end of it, you're the only one who's not seeing it, you know. So you know, this blessing and things, they're there for you. These changes and things, they're there for you. Awareness, all you have to do is to wake up to this type of program here, to accept, you know. You see, this is the same idea of like awakening to me, to let go of this thing, but to just like awaken to who you truly are, people. Because I can tell you, a lot of us, you know, we have totally forgiven ourselves in this whole twin flame experience, you know. Passion ignited, which is like the Ace of Wands. I can see it here, people. This here, just open up your eyes and please like give me some kind of feedback, because I can definitely feel these energies like flowing. If something happens like right now or has happened or will be happening fast, something about your DM, people, just know that it was never by chance, you know. This here, there's a force, you know, behind that. And I can tell you that force, I can see it here. It's definitely time, and this thing is working in your favor, and get ready for things to change, you know. I can see it here. I got one more card. Memories of love. Material and spiritual prosperity. This here, I've been getting this like combination often too lately, meaning like the 6 of Cups and the 6 of Pentacles, you know. And I find it hard to understand. So, you know, you have to excuse my weakness here, I may say. I'm going to meditate more on these cards here, because this combination, I know that it's like a higher meaning that I can't, you know, but I will. Just trust me, and you know, and when the time is right, I'll come out with this thing. But before that, you know, all I can say is like, you know, this here I see like a little bit like a lane at this point. Like, you know, all these things, you know, you can keep them with you. You can keep these memories with you, but if that's the case, please keep the good with you. And just understand, you know, that these things here, they have changed you like for the better. I can see it here with this spiritual and material prosperity and like a firm foundation. I can tell you, if you look back actually at in your like memory lane with your person, you will understand, you know, this thing that I'm feeling here is like, you know, that he's turned you into something like someone who's very special. And I can tell you, from the 6 to the 4 of like Pentacles and this like 10 of Pentacles that I can remember here, despite himself, you know, your DM, he gave you all of the tools you would ever need to make anything happen for yourselves, you know. And I can see it here. All you have to do is be aware of this type of, you know, energies that you're holding within your hand. It felt like a curse, you know, this like twin flame journey, but it's because so far you cannot see what's like what it's given you, people. So let me go on. Unleash your creativity. Do you see what I'm saying? You got everything you need within you. All you have to do is to actually like unleash it. It's so simple, you know. And this 10 of Cups is yours, you know. It's like this twin flame journey compacted everything you need, you know, to do anything within your life, basically. Have faith. I can see it here with this like hope card. And that's for those, you know, who don't believe in this thing anymore. I'm telling you, it's just like a trick. Your mind is playing on you. It's just like a prison your mind has built around you. And I can tell you why. It's because this thing has been long. It's been exhausting. So even you being free, you know, and like things like happening in your favor, you cannot see that, you know, because you're still like carrying the energies of the past, which is why people keep like telling you, you know, you gotta let go of things, you gotta release this thing. It's like, you know, when it's no longer needed, it is time to renew your energy. And I'll take this advice for myself. How teachable are you? You see what I'm saying? It's like me a little bit, like while I'm channeling, always finding a way to teach something to myself as well. So you heard it, you know, you heard everything I said. And this year I'm really liking unleash your creativity, have faith, and how teachable are you. I hope that you got the message that I tried to deliver today, because this is just for you, DFs. Soulmate yet again, people. You don't have to question this thing, you know. These karmics, they made you feel some kind of a way, I know that. But you know, there's something behind them. So maybe we should do like a karmic reading next. But if you ever asked yourself, you know, like why, a little bit like why do I have a soulmate and not just like any other type of relationship, is because you're not just any type of person, you know. You had to be molded a little bit differently, and I can tell you, you got to awaken to this here. You got to awaken to what this soul love is really doing to you. And why I can say that to you is because I'm living this thing and I know what I'm talking about, you know. But you can see the last card is this reconciliation that I can see here, and he's trying to slide to within this offer that I can feel here. Some more. If you don't pay attention, it's going to be madness, you know, and I keep saying that to you. It's going to be madness when your DM tries to re-enter your life, you know. It's because you would still have like too much like bad memories, or too much negativity, too many bad memories, or too much negativity that you're still like carrying around. All I can say is that let go of everything you can let go of, and work on everything else. Soul writing, you see what I was trying to tell you? It's like this thing it didn't happen to you, it actually happened for you, you know. And the universe has like mysterious ways but you got to accept this, you know. This whole journey is because you're not just any type of soul, people. Focus. Like, you know, you should hold on to this idea and the things that I'm telling you. You're special. Let your light shine. You're definitely special. And one last card. The Union card, which I can see in this reconciliation. Oh, sorry. Reconciliation card, and this why here is like calling me for one more card. Wellness. That's not it. Divine masculine. This is our reading, so one more. Grounding. This reading here is like it's trying to amaze me and make me understand things that, you know, it's like new combinations, and I have seen like so many, you know. This here is a little bit like this Three of Cups type of energy, like a little bit like rejoice, you know, because at the end of it your DM is on the right track, a little bit like reassuring you type of thing. Like, you know, rejoice or feel better because at the end of it your DM is on his way type of thing. I need like one last card. This here feels very weird, you know. But this here I can literally hear it, you know, like your DM is on his way. So feel better, or like get better, or like take care of yourself, because your DM is on his way. And it's a collective thing if that's happening, you know. It's like I keep telling you lately, I can feel those forces, you know, like literally blowing the wind behind you. And I told you at the beginning within this offer that I could see here, and this like Ace of Cups, and you or me or like us, Queen of Cups, you know, it's like this here, this kind of love here, it comes from above, you know. This kind of help, it also comes from above, you know. And when I can see this why, which is like the thing that make me want to go on to something that I cannot understand, is like a little bit like this reconciliation. Why you should start like believing in it and actually like rejoice is because your DM, I can feel it here, he's on his way, and it is a collective thing, people. Like what I'm channeling here is many divine masculines coming together with enough divine, you know, feminines, is all I can say. So let's finish. I got one. Your dreams need a practical plan. I keep telling you that also, like lately, to make up your mind about how you want this whole thing to be, to figure out, you know, if there's like a concrete way to forgive your DM, to be like, you know, you are my soulmate and everything, but if you don't treat me the right way, then I should be able to walk away from you in 3D, a little bit like this. But this here is an element of like 3D experience, you know, and I can see it here with this full moon in Taurus, you know, so that's a sign that we get. If you're a Taurus, you know, this reading would make sense to you even more. You see what I'm saying? Like balance spirituality and practicality. I'm telling you, this feels really weird, but this here, I can see it, you know. This whole thing is coming down in the 3D experience, which I can see with this grounding yet again here, and even a little bit in this like soul tree. Do you see how these cards resemble each other with the earth and something being planted, you know? I can tell you this thing here is like it's wanting to plant itself, to kickstart itself, you know, in your real world, which is why I feel it, you know. It's like literally your DM being on his way, and you having all of the reasons to feel better, you know, because the cycle has closed. Meditate and contemplate, which I can see in this wellness here, and then it sends me back to something else, especially with this like Ace of Cups here, and actually this Nine of Wands here. Is like, you know, you gotta take some time also like within yourself to let go of this like offense I can see here, or like this pain that you've been carrying around with you. This is not even like heartbreak, it's like it's pure pain, you know, with this like Ace of Wands here too. So, you know, now this here, it feels to me, excuse me, like enough of the 5D experience for most of you is like, you know, you gotta put like everything you know in your life basically. And I can see it here, like we get Taurus and twice Pisces. I really like Pisces, you know, energy. You know, it's like a mutable sign. And this type of energy here, it's also being like a water sign, is like a baby that's like ready to discover the world and everything, and like just laughing at any kind of situation they encounter. This kind of energy here, because they're just that excited, you know, about life, and like taking everything in, like feeling everything type of energy. I can see it here. It's like, you know, you should go back down to your real life, or like real life, you know, because, you know, the new cycle for you is going to feel like very different, you know, because you'll be carrying this mutable type of energy here, and just allow yourself to feel everything again. I can feel it here, I can see it here. So you know, like this pain going back to being something enjoyable, and that thing, you know, you're carrying with you instead of being hurt. So I hope that you heard what I said. One last card and I got it. A win-win outcome is forecast. It's not really what it is. It's that like union, or this like coming together, this reconciliation, and this like sultry and even grounding that I was talking about. It's not actually like win-win, but it's like every party, or like both parties being activated. I can see it here, meaning the M's win and the F's win too. So you heard it. This reading feels weird, but you know, I'll keep digging in it. So this is like, you know, the F's current energy, and I can tell you I can feel growth here, because you're not worried about the wrong thing. It's like a little bit, you know, I've gone as far as I could, like in 5D, or like for now and here and now. And it's like, you know, it's time for something else, you know, and I can feel it, you know. I can feel people coming back together. That's all I'll tell you. And we get like Taurus, Pisces, and Libra energy. So that was my reading for Divine Feminines. It was like longer, much longer than I expected, but this is what it is. I never compromise a reading. So if you enjoyed it, you know, please don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Take care of yourself, stay healthy, and I shall see you soon. Bye bye.